Today we're taking a look at these NHL matches, which are happening on Wednesday, March 22, 2023, and giving you our team and total picks for today. Welcome back to High Stakes. Before we dive into our video, don't forget to subscribe and push that notification bell to get notified as soon as we release these sport prediction videos, and make sure to watch it till the end so you don't miss any of our picks. Also check out our Patreon if you want access our premium picks. Our Patreon is a way for us to help you improve your chances of making more money. You will find the link in description and comments section below. One more thing before we start, check out our new channel High Stakes Props and Parlays, where you can find our player props and parlay picks predictions. You will find the link in the description and comments section below. The current misery run of the Pittsburgh Penguins, 34-26-10, stretched out to 4 consecutive outings, 0-4-0, after the team was beaten with a count of 2-1 by the Ottawa Senators at PPG Paints Arena on Monday. The Pens conceded the opener with 3:14 remaining in the first period before Rickard Rakell, 25 goals, 50 points this year, tied it at 1-1 at 14:39 of the final third, only for the visitors to bank the winner during power play just over 2 minutes from time. Pittsburgh, which had gone 7-1-1 in 9 games prior to the current slide, has been outscored 18-7 during the skid. The team has now dropped out of the second wild card spot of the Eastern Conference, trailing the Florida Panthers for it by 1 point. The Colorado Avalanche, 41-22-6, won a season-high 6 outings in a row for the third time during the ongoing campaign after starting their current 3-game homestand with a 5-0 shutout triumph against the Chicago Blackhawks at Ball Arena on Monday. Dennis Malgin, 10 goals, 16 points this year, picked up 2 snipes and an assist for the Avs, who buried 2 goals in each of the last 2 periods after Curtis McDermott, 1 goal, 5 points, got the scoring rolling at the start of the opening frame. Mikko Rantanen, 47 goals, 85 points, and Logan O'Connor, 8 goals, 24 points, also got on the scoreboard for Colorado, which sits joint second in the Central Division with the Minnesota Wild, just 1 point below the first-place Dallas Stars, but with a game in hand. Normally, you would not expect a comfortable victory for the Avalanche in a game against the Penguins, especially with Colorado having gone just 2-1-3 in its last 6 meetings versus Pittsburgh. Still, the Pens are currently completely out of their lethal touch, presently riding a 4-game losing streak, having been beaten by a margin of at least 2 snipes in 3 of those contests. In fact, 9 of the previous 12 defeats of the Penguins have been by more than 1 tally, while 14 of the most recent 21 victories of the Avs have all been recorded with a goal gap of at least 2 strikes. Our team pick is Colorado Avalanche minus 1.5 goal. The offense has been playing well for Colorado recently. The Avs scored 5 or more goals in 5 of the last 8 games. They rank 14th in goals per game and 8th in shots per game. Nathan MacKinnon leads the team with 89 points. Mikko Rantanen leads the team with 47 goals, and he has 85 points. He ranks 3rd in goals in the league. The Penguins have been struggling on offense recently. Pittsburgh scored 3 or fewer goals in 6 of their last 9 games. They rank 16th in goals per game and 5th in shots per game. Sidney Crosby leads the team with 83 points. Evgeny Malkin has 73 points. Jake Gensel has 30 goals and 32 assists. The defense has been less than average, but goaltending has been good for the Avalanche. The team ranks 8th in goals against per game and 17th in shots against per game. Alexander Georgiev has a 32-14-5 record with a 2.53 GAA and a .920 OSV%. Pavel Francouz has a record of 7-7-1 with a 2.53 GAA and .919 SV%. Francouz has a lower body injury and has no timeline for his return. Cale Makar has 61 points on the season. Colorado is currently 2nd in the Central Division. The Avalanche trail Dallas by 1 point for the division lead. Colorado will make the postseason and are a legitimate Stanley Cup contender. Colorado has been hot on offense. The Avs scored 5 or more goals in 5 of the last 8 games. They rank 14th in goals per game and 8th in shots per game. Nathan MacKinnon leads Colorado with 89 points. Mikko Rantanen leads the Avs with 47 goals, and he has 85 points. He ranks 3rd in goals in the league. Colorado will continue to play well offensively against a struggling Penguins team. This will be a higher scoring game and the over will hit. Take the over, 6 goals. Arizona Coyotes vs Edmonton Oilers. The Coyotes are having a season to forget with their offense struggling and scoring only 2.80 goals per game. Clayton Keller, Nick Schmaltz, and Maciej Mixeli have scored 60 goals and 101 assists to lead the top 2 lines, but the rest of the offense has struggled. Only 6 active players have 10 goals or more, and opponents can limit the top-heavy offense as a result. The offense has struggled, but the defense has let the Coyotes down, allowing 3.44 goals per game. J.J. Moser and Patrick Nemeth have combined for 4.4 defensive point shares, but the rest of the unit has struggled, allowing opponents to find open shots on the net at will. The bright spot has been the play of goaltender Connor Ingram, who has a .909 save percentage and a 3.37 goals against average on 897 shots, with 3.8 goals saved above average. The Oilers are having a great season with their offense leading the way, scoring 3.93 goals per game with 21 goals in the last 4 games. Connor McDavid and Leon Draisaitl have scored 102 goals and 195 assists as 2 of the league's best scorers, but the rest of the offense has stepped up as well. Ryan Nugent-Hopkins, Zach Hyman and Evander Kane have combined for 74 goals and 110 assists, while defensemen Darnell Nurse and Evan Bouchard have added 12 goals and 55 assists from the point to put the offense over the top. The Oilers have been rolling, winning 4 games in a row, and look to step up on their home ice and control this game. The Oilers, who average 3.93 goals per game, should find the back of the net at will with Connor McDavid, Leon Draisaitl, and the rest of the forward unit carrying the puck into the offensive zone and creating open shots with quick puck movement, while Darnell Nurse generates shots on the net from the blue line. The Oilers should limit the Coyotes' offense, which averages only 2.80 goals per game, with Darnell Nurse, Cody Ceci, and the rest of the defensive unit creating turnovers in the defensive zone and limiting shooting lanes, allowing goaltender Stuart Skinner to make plenty of big saves. The Oilers should win the game and cover the spread in a dominant performance to win their 5th game in a row. Our team pick is Oilers minus 1.5 goals. The Arizona Coyotes' 2022-23 season was about player development all along, and while they've picked up some incredibly impressive wins along the way, but with the performances of Clayton Keller, Nick Schmaltz and Karel Vejmelka, they have plenty of positives to take away from their campaign thus far. In their past 5 overall games, the Coyotes have an impressive 4-1 record, with wins over Calgary and Minnesota, but in their past 14 games on the second day of a back-to-back, they're just 4-10, so they're no doubt an underdog as they head to enemy territory. The Edmonton Oilers have not been able to find consistency throughout this campaign, but with their big-name stars all having great years, they've begun hitting their strides at the right time as they aim for a very deep postseason run. In their past 7 games, the Oilers have come away with 6 victories, including a perfect 5-0 mark in their past 5 games played at home, and with some very important games coming up and just 4 points separating them from second place in the Pacific, every game is must-win for them. The offense has been great, but the defense has struggled, allowing 3.31 goals per game. Darnell Nurse and Cody Ceci have combined for 6.3 defensive point shares, but the rest of the unit has struggled, allowing opponents to find open shots on the net at will. The bright spot has been the play of goaltender Stuart Skinner, who has a .911 save percentage and a 2.90 goals against average on 1318 shots, with 9.0 goals saved above average. While both of these teams have solid defensive groups that are able to shut down opponents, their offensive firepower is what truly drives success, and in their past 7 head-to-head meetings, the over sits at 5-2. For the Coyotes, the over is 4-1 in their past 5 games after scoring 2 or less goals in their previous outing, and for the Oilers, the over is 8-2 in their past 10 games following a win, and even though the over is set at 7, this one should be full of fantastic scoring opportunities. Take the over 6.5 goals.